I think we're back. I'm gonna wait for the stream to actually start moving again. Come on. Okay, maybe? Alright. Okay, we're good. We're back. Alright, cool. Alright, sorry about that. I'll let some people join here. Looks like my Wi Fi went out again. Of course, we didn't have power or internet for quite a while, so I'm lucky it even came back at all. I'm going to put an update here. Okay, back all good. Looks like we're working again, hopefully. Yeah, alright, cool. So sorry about that. My internet went out, so if you got kicked off the stream, that's why. It might happen again. We didn't have power or internet for quite a while. Like I said, a tornado passed about a mile just south of where I'm at, so I'm surprised we even have power or internet to begin with. It's pretty amazing. But again, lots of tornadoes, embedded tornadoes, wind damage across the area. Let's see, we have a report here from O'Hare. Wow, gusted to 75 miles an hour at O'Hare. Wow, that is pretty extreme. Wow, yeah, that's pretty good. So we had, widespread 60 to 80 mile an hour wind gusts, locally 80 to 90 mile an hour wind gusts. Some places across far western Illinois earlier even had higher. But the good news is that the worst is past most of us. If you're across northern Illinois, you're in the clear, I would say. Yeah, I would say northern Illinois is pretty much in the clear. Or totally in the clear. I shouldn't say pretty much, totally. As this line is, once it's gone, it's gone. We're going to have rain and some loud thunder for several hours still. But this is moving past us. The tornadic part of the line is now into Indiana. And then we just have severe thunderstorm warnings for east central Illinois, Champaign down to Danville now. But again, we're not seeing those notches on the southern part of the line like we were seeing further north where wind shear was greater. And we had, many embedded tornadoes across the Chicago metro area. We probably won't know how many we really had for a couple days because there was, at least I don't even know, but I would at least say probably 5 to 10 at least weak tornadoes across the area. Probably several more than that. And many of those were in, the metro area. There was, again, 80 mile an hour wind gusts at O'Hare, several tornadoes, one in Evergreen Park, one in Chicago Heights, just a lot of different activity reported. But again, the good news is that most of this is moving past us now. The worst is over for most of us again, unless you're in northwestern Indiana. It looks like a new tornado warning just got issued for LaPorte here in western St. Joseph County, Stark County, northwestern Marshall County, LaPorte County, and southwestern Berrien County into Michigan. So again, they extended this tornado warning all the way east here as these embedded circulations continue. Again, on the right side with the velocity, you can see where those are heading into Valparaiso here, Portage, towards LaPorte, South Bend. Eventually, if this doesn't weaken, it is slowly weakening, so it might, by the time it gets to South Bend, it might be weaker. But again, ooh, wow, some crazy lightning. I just saw quite the bolt out my window. I'm sure everyone's seeing the same lightning, but it is just pretty amazing to see some of these lightning bolts. And as this area of, you can probably hear the thunder now, as this area of moderate to heavy rain kind of rotates through the area over the next 2 to 3 hours or so, there will be those really intense cloud to ground bolts, just about all, every couple seconds. It seems like they'll be slowly decreasing as this pushes out of here. But still, a lot of lightning bolts, very loud. But the good news is the severe threat has ended for northern Illinois. This is pushed out over Lake Michigan and into northwestern Indiana. And the severe threat is over for northern Illinois. So, if you're still in your basement across Cook County where the storm just moved out of, you're all good. The tornado warning for Kankakee County has also expired. I just read Will County, you are not in any warnings now. They're going to drop this severe warning for Cook County any minute as this has passed us now. Now we're just going to have rain. Some of us might still have some gusty winds, especially if you're closer to the Indiana border still. But things are calming down for sure, which is good news. Again, I'm going to check here. 11 confirmed tornadoes in Chicago area so far. That sounds about right. I see someone asking about Bolingbrook. I did hear that a tornado went through part of Aurora, towards Bolingbrook. Like I said, there was about an hour where I really was not up to date with what was going on because we were watching the tornado that was just went through our neighborhood basically. So I'm not super well versed on everything that happened in the last hour and a half or so. But I'm seeing reports of damage in just about really everywhere. Joliet, Aurora, Oswego damage, Schaumburg some damage, Bensonville damage, and this is really, what we were expecting and kind of what we were forecasting for all day. This really big, damaging, some places destructive line of thunderstorms coming through. Widespread 60 to 80 mile an hour wind gusts and embedded tornadoes. And we even still have some embedded tornadoes here across Indiana. Again, this one that looks most interesting right now is this one southwest of Valparaiso. We really have kind of two more well-defined areas of rotation here, and these are both kind of heading, I would say due east at this point, towards LaPorte, here into northern Indiana, eventually again towards South Bend, but we'll have to see how these hold together. But still, very strong gusty winds. Wow, yeah, a lot of reports of another report of 80 mile an hour winds here in Iroquois County. Let's see what these are near Decatur. Wind damage near Decatur, it looks like. Yeah, so you get the picture. Every one of these little icons here represents either a tornado report, either a tornado report, a wind damage report. Oh, here's another. Let's see. Roof damage. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, yeah, lots of, again, this tornado that went through Oswego here looks like quite a bit of damage here, right along 71 there. And again, we're going to see these reports pop up as we speak here. This one just east of Westchester, report of partial garage collapse, so lots of reports of damage. Probably way more than we can even keep up with still. And, we're going to continue to see these into the, into tomorrow. Probably even have more damage reports once the sun comes up. But it looks like I'm seeing another report of a tornado that touched down in Naperville earlier. Again, this is all past us now. We are all good in terms of the tornado threat, just rain and thunder. The tornado threat is over for northern Illinois. So, if you're still worried about severe weather across northern Illinois, you shouldn't be at this point because it's over. So, again, things are moving past. Yes, Bolingbrook is safe. Really everywhere. Again, everywhere across northern Illinois is safe. With of course, this is in Illinois, but if you're in northern Indiana, this is still ongoing for you. But this is pushed out of northern Illinois, except for the rain and scattered sporadic lightning. But, yeah, so I'm, again, all the tornado warnings in Illinois are expired as of right now. There are no tornado warnings in Illinois, which is good news. There are still a few severe thunderstorms. Severe thunderstorm warnings here across east central Illinois for Champaign into Danville, Charleston for 60 to 70 mile an hour winds. Not seeing any reports out of Champaign just right now, but still widespread 60 to 70 mile an hour winds. Really from just southeast to Springfield, Taylorville. This will be passing through you soon. Again, up through just passing through Decatur now to Champaign. And this will continue to push, east-southeastward. We have this severe thunderstorm watch out all the way into what I would call the tip of southern Illinois here. But then this line will continue to propagate southeastward throughout the night. I'm not going to be not going to be in a big hurry to get out of here. Central and southern Illinois might see prolonged thunderstorm activity throughout the middle of the night, but the tornado risk is definitely decreasing. It's over for northern Illinois. Central Illinois, you can't completely rule it out, but still, this is turning into more of a damaging wind risk for central and eventually southern Illinois late into the night. Again, the tornado threat has passed into northern Indiana and is eventually soon going to be scraping into southwestern Michigan. But this whole line is kind of starting to weaken here, so hopefully we'll start to see those areas of rotation also weaken quickly. Again, we still have a couple of them near Valparaiso here, but again, damaging winds likely. But again, Cook County, the main line here is completely pushed offshore, so that's good. Just rain at this point. Again, a lot of rain. Some areas, there is this flash flood warning for the immediate Chicago metro. A lot of flooded roads. That should recede with time, but still, everything's saturated over with all the storms we had over the last few days. Let's see here. Wow. Okay, so Nick on ISC got hit by a tornado, it looks like. Um, yeah. Looks like, yeah, sorry, I'm just reading these points here. Yeah, Nick said, we are okay here at our house, but we did take a direct hit from the tornado. Damage looks minimal at the house, but about 1,000 feet away is a different story. And that's in Joliet. So, wow. Absolutely wild. Yeah, there are just damage reports coming in from everywhere. If you have damage reports or pictures, please post them. Put them in the comments. There's so many comments; it's hard to get through all of them, or even any of them. But I'm still trying to read through. But again, lots of damage, but we are still worried about where this line is still going across central Illinois. Again, the good news is that the tornado and significant, 80 plus mile an hour wind threat across central Illinois is decreasing. Still damaging winds, but again, this will continue to propagate southeastward here. Springfield, you might still have some more thunderstorms, but the severe threat is mostly over. Again, this area, this cluster here over west central Illinois will probably slowly organize and become part of this as it moves southeast. But again, just tons of damage reports across the state. I really can't even, it's hard to even compare this to another event because I don't remember one where there were so many tornado reports across, such a wide area, and also significant wind reports. I'm trying to get caught up on everything now. Nick says that his house is okay. Mostly, he said I only got one message from him. He said that damage was minimal at his house, but he said just across the street it was a totally different story. So, and again, now we're seeing more reports of damage on the east side of Oswego too. Roof peeled off, it looks like. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, seeing quite a few reports of roof damage to multiple homes near south. Yeah, okay. So again, you get the point. Lots of damage that's going to be damage reports that are going to be filtering in. Again, if you have damage reports, please send them to us with a location and an approximate time that you think it occurred. I know it's kind of hard with how crazy things have been, but if you can, it would be appreciated. Bellwood EM reports partial garage collapse on 25th in Bellwood. Yeah, again, lots of damage. I saw someone ask about Gary here. The worst of it is past you. It has been kind of weakening a little bit over the last few minutes. You're probably still seeing, it looks like actually the heavy rain is even past you at this point. You can kind of see here in northern Indiana, although we do still have tornado warnings, this line is definitely weakening. I can say that with confidence now, that this line is weakening. Again, we still do have that tornado warning in effect here for LaPorte, and we do still have those broad areas of rotation, but they're not as well defined as before. But what we do certainly have are still very strong damaging winds with this line segment here moving into northwestern Indiana. So definitely, if you're in that area, if you're in Cedar Lake to Crown Point to Maryville to Gary, this is past you though. All clear at this point. You're just going to have a thunderstorm for the next hour or two with all this rain and lightning that's moving in. But the really nasty stuff is over for most of us, at least. But again, now it's just going to be a matter of determining where the tornadoes were, how many there were, what was wind damage, what was tornado damage, and all that. But again, this is mostly past most of us at this point, which is good news. And we hope that everyone made it out with minimal damage. Hopefully, it seems like there are some areas of significant damage. Let's see. There's just so much. Yeah, there are just so much reports to go through. Wow. So that's pretty wild. So I almost got hit by a tornado. Went within a mile of my place. Nick did get hit by a tornado in Joliet, and then Joe, he was at work near O'Hare, and he got hit by 75-mile-an-hour winds. So quite the day, and I'm sure lots of you have similar experiences. Really, no matter where you were, Naperville to Aurora to Rockford to Bloomington to Peoria, this was a pretty eventful day that lots of us will remember for quite some time. And again, hopefully the folks that did experience damage, it's minimal, and hopefully that, it can get cleaned up and all will be well. And hopefully, of course, nobody was hurt as well. The good thing is that there was, lots of warning about these storms. I feel like we've been talking about it for several days now. And of course, it's been a busy period, but I feel like lots of people hopefully got the message that these were serious storms. And were able to shelter safely and not be on the roads. I know some people had to be, but So again, the severe threat is over for northern Illinois. The Chicago area, you are all clear other than some rain and some vivid lightning for the next couple hours. Rockford, this back edge of the rain is passing over you right now. Davenport, you're all clear. Peoria, you might still have some thunderstorms the next few hours. I would say Macomb as well. You might still need to watch this segment of the line here as it kind of tries to organize. It's not severe at all right now. It's just normal heavy thunderstorms, but this will likely eventually try to organize at least somewhat and move towards Springfield. So Springfield, you might not be done with the storms. But the tornado risk across central and southern Illinois is much, much lower than what it was across northern Illinois a couple hours ago. The wind shear was almost maximized across the Chicago area, and that's why we had so many of these tornadoes spin up. It was quite wild for a couple hour period, and like I said, it looks like also reports a tornado in the West Loop too, in Chicago. We looked at one of those little areas of circulation that went over. But again, all clear for most of Illinois, for northern Illinois right now. Central and southern Illinois, you'll be dealing with this line of gusty winds, strong to severe wind in some places for the rest of the night into the wee hours of the morning. But northern Illinois, you can rest easily if you're able to. Hopefully we don't have any earthquakes tonight either. And we are going to quiet down for quite a while after this pushes out. But again, now it's going to be a matter of, assessing damage, where it happened, what happened where, and all that. But again, numerous, at least, I saw at least 11 tornadoes confirmed. If that's the case, I don't know the last time we've had. I'm sure there's going to be more too. There's almost 100% more than what has already been confirmed. But we're going to have a massive storm survey. The National Weather Service is going to have to figure out how they're going to conduct that over the next couple of days, with all the different damage in different places. So again, the severe threat is over for northern Illinois, central and southern Illinois. The tornado threat is very low, but you still will be dealing with these damaging winds as this line kind of scoots south and east. And then again, there is still a tornado risk across northern and northwestern Indiana, but we do think that will hopefully end soon and transition to just a damaging wind risk with the rest of the line. But again, very busy night. Lots happened. Again, if you have damage pictures or reports or videos of anything, you can message them to us, as long as you include an approximate location with an approximate time. That would be awesome. We will send any reports to the National Weather Service, of course. And yeah, it's just going to be a busy couple days gathering all the reports and just kind of taking a look at what happened. But like I said, the main thing is that the severe threat is over across northern Illinois. The tornado threat is completely over for most of Illinois. Again, you can't really rule out a spin-up tornado across part of central Illinois over the next half hour still, but it's quickly diminishing. Still northern Indiana, of course, still those tornado warnings in effect. So still the tornado risk to our east across northern Indiana. But the Chicago area is in the clear. Just rain and some, like I said, some very vivid lightning over the next few hours. But most of us that saw, absolutely wild weather whip through in the last 2 hours are going to be in for quieting conditions over the next few hours. So now that things are quieting down, I'm going to hop off here and try to catch up on everything. I still have people messaging me asking if my house got hit, but because it really looked like it was going to for a minute. And like I said, many of you know Nick, and he said that his house did get hit. He said the damage at his house is minimal, but yeah, I'm just looking at all these reports, and there are just so many possible areas where tornadoes went over the immediate Chicago area. Pretty wild. That doesn't happen very often around here. At one point there was let's see, I don't think I can go back here, but at one point there were up to 10 circulations just in Cook County at once as this line was passing through. And again, this has all moved off to the east and there's no threat now, but earlier there was possibly up to 10 different circulations ongoing at once across Cook County, which is just pretty unreal. Even having one in Cook County is a big deal, but having 10 at once is something. So there's going to be lots of damage, lots of reports and pictures coming in tomorrow and tonight. And it does appear that there were tornadoes in the immediate downtown area as well. and part of the neighborhoods too. But again, damage across the area. Like I said several times, if you do have pictures or videos or anything, reports, message them to us, please. I would say don't put them in the comments here. There's just too many comments, and they might get buried. It's hard to filter through all of them. But again, if you have damage reports, feel free to send them to us. We hope everyone made it out fine. Again, we wish we could have been a little more active, I guess, during the Prime main event, while it was, passing through the metro from, I guess, Will Cook to DuPage. But I didn't have power or internet as a tornado was, just passing a mile south of me here in Oswego. Nick got hit by a tornado in Joliet. Again, he's okay. His house, he says, is okay, but he says that there is significant damage in his neighborhood. And then also, Joe near O'Hare experienced 75-mile-an-hour winds. So we were all, just trying to stay safe and trying to assess what was going on. So, we do apologize. We wish we were a little more active during that. But, of course, I know everyone understands, and I'm sure everyone was tuned in. Everyone knows, has different ways to receive warnings at this point. But we're always there when we can be, of course. But again, I appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. We'll have much more to come over the next few days. We'll probably have the full recap video of everything that happened tonight at some point. But again, thank you again for watching, and we hope everyone stayed safe and have a good rest of your night.